ta ló ti jẹ breakfast èmi ti jẹ breakfast láàárọ̀ yìí o ta ló ti jẹ breakfast èmi ti jẹ breakfast láàárọ̀ yìí ṣẹ́yìn náà ti jẹ breakfast torí èmi ti jẹ breakfast èmi o ta ló ti jẹ breakfast tiẹ̀ náà ṣẹ́yìn náà ti jẹ breakfast àbẹ́ẹ̀ ti jẹ breakfast mo ṣeré o ẹyin àti bread ni mo jẹ kódà mo lè jẹ tán gan sẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú sardine ìtókùnù tí mo jẹ lélẹ̀ sórí ìtókù nìyẹn ibi tí mo jẹ dé nìyẹn ìtókù a máa dànù ni sardine nìyẹn odindi sardine mẹ́ta mo kàn lọ waste ilé ẹyọ kan pẹ̀lú bread ẹyin mẹ́ta ni máa ń dín ọ̀nà wàgbàlagbà ní mo gbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ ẹyin kékeré ẹyin mẹ́ta ni máa ń dín sórí nísìn pé ẹni tó bá ti jẹun orí ẹ̀ láti pé bọ̀ tó bá jẹun ó máa ṣìwà wò ni ọ̀pàdé ra mú apple juice so èyí tó yẹ ká máa dán ní London nìyẹn ló ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ ibi kọ́ ló ń pa wá èyí tí mo jẹ ni so èyí tó kù nísìn àlọ́ dànù nísìn láti ṣe tán àdẹ̀ ní bingo tá máa fún èmi ò lájá tó yẹ kí mo lájá nísìn ni àní bingo 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 ọ̀yà wàá dà fún ó lè lọ da oúnjẹ síta ọlọ́run ẹ̀kọ́ lórúkọ ọlọ́pàá lọ dá mi dúró ẹ̀yin náà ti jẹun ìyá mi Grace Olúṣòótọ́ ta ló ti jẹun láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ ta ló ti jẹ búrẹ́dì àtẹ̀wà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì máa ń tẹ̀wà gọ̀yìn ní Nàìjíríà ọ̀yìn máa ń tẹ̀wà gọ̀yìn Comrade Plan B ṣọ́ máa ń tẹ̀wà gọ̀yìn ṣọ́ọ̀tẹ̀ máa ń ta ní Ìbàdàn mo pa ẹ̀yìn ará Ìbàdàn àmàlà ni tí bá ti wálé padà so ṣo lè imagine sí pé ebi kọ́ ló ń pa wá àwa wà concern nípa ẹ̀yin ṣẹ́yìn wà concern nípa ara yín that's the question you should ask yourself at least àgbàlagbà nínú ilé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lè ní oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ kàmáì tí wàá sọ àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó wà nínú ilé and Nigeria is still the senior concerned ṣe ń parí ọ̀fẹ́ wọlé ni ọ̀yẹ́ jẹ́ ń gbé wọlé lórí TikTok reason tá a ṣe ń pariwo a ṣe ń sọ fún yín pé tẹ́ bá ní Tinubu máa ṣe fine but by the time tí Tinubu máa fi ṣe 1 year mo fẹ́ máa rí oúnjẹ lórí tébù yín Abdullahi náà ti jẹun Abdullahi sọ pé òun náà ti jẹun ta ló ti jẹun láàárọ̀ ẹ má pa tàárọ̀ mọ́tò sàn mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ separately ni this is the reason why ibi kọ́ ló ń pa wá bí mo bá tẹ̀ lówó oúnjẹ wà nílé inú wa ò dùn tá bá rí tẹ̀ ń wá sórí social media tẹ̀ wá ń tọrọ owó fúnjẹ kò make sense kí ló fi ń ṣe bread ẹja yẹn nísìn tó bá yẹ pé ẹyẹ ń jókòó báyìí tó bá yẹ pé a ní proper system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí àwọn Fúlàní wọn disturb wa tó yẹ ká má lè ṣe nǹkan àgbẹ̀ àwọn kan try wọ́n ṣe kò yẹ pé Nàìjíríà àwọn èèyàn lówó nínú Nàìjíríà àwọn èèyàn lówó àwọn kan wà òkè mo rí ẹ̀yàwó Fẹlá Dúrótoyè ó post máa kan kinní kan Jakes ó dà pé màá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ sometimes I just laugh Nigeria na cruise mo ń bọ̀ ẹjẹ́ kọ́ lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn náà ṣé ń gbọ́ gbogbo yín gbọ́ mi dáadáa at least kákọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ 1 hour so that màá lè ní enough time mo tètè sùn lánàá gan ẹ mọ̀ pé tí bá ti lọ ní night shift bẹ́ẹ̀ èyí tí mo lọ níjọ́ Monday lọ sí airport yẹn ó tẹ̀ ọ́ lára because ó ti pẹ́ tí mo ti ṣe journey bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn Instagram mi dá ẹ jẹ́ ń lọ sórí Instagram ó náà pórí ìyàwó táwọn yẹn bá wá sí Nàìjíríà a máa pọ́n wọn lé Fẹlá lórúkọ ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà báyọ̀ pé orí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ni mo ti rí jẹ́ lọ sórí péjì tòun náà máa padà sórí mọ̀ ọ̀nà torí kọ́ máa yẹn bọ̀ máa rántí ẹ̀ létà orí Instagram mo ti rí láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ kì í sọ̀kan fún yín Scarsgo mo kí yín ẹ máa kọ́ deceive yín that lóòótọ́ ẹ máa rí àwọn kan 1 or 2 people they are doing very well ìwọ náà máa sọ pé ó fẹ́ do very well but it is the enabling environment ni kò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ do very well. A máa padà sọ́dọ̀ bàbá Èmi Lókàn. Woman Home Secretary wa ni ó lọ sọ̀rọ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà ní àná, ó sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. Kí ló sọ lánàá? Ọmọ Kenya lòun náà, àwọn parent ẹ̀ Kenya àti kíní lòun náà ti wá, máa kà fún yín nísìnyí anyway. Sule Braveman has savage, outdated United Nations rules on refugees, saying the threshold for claiming the status has become too low and it has made it easier for people to claim asylum. Why are why are people claiming asylum? Why are people running away from their own territory? It is because when the society is not working, when there's problem around the world, problem to create, on padà wá bite wọn nísìn. Let's continue. Ó láwọn bí tí mo fẹ́ kà fún yín nínú pépà yìí. Yeah, you're right. So continuation. Home Secretary. Challenge for political and cultural institution of the West. Miss Braveman, the child of migrants from Mauritius and Kenya. Mauritius do not and Kenya. Also said it was dangerous to dismiss people concerned about immigration as idiots or bigots. She said that the outdated 1951 United Nations Refugee Convention must be reformed to raise the threshold for asylum claims and to cope in an age where internet, plane travel, and smartphones have made it easier for people smugglers to operate. It was drafted, it also drafted, Nick John Long was because of the World War II. Ogun tó jà ní World War II ló ṣe drafted these, universal for declaration, which is in tí Stephen Faletti tó ń parọ́ fún yín kó òun lọ sí United Nations. Mo tí ready láti ṣe full. Hopefully, I'll try and do something around that. We'll see how it goes. We are lot, but my clear air fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Lórí ibi tí Faletti lọ yẹn, my clear air fún yín so that your mind will be at rest. Kò sí àwọn kan tó ń jẹ́ pé Dúpẹ́ ti declare gbogbo yẹn nonsense ló ń sọ. Things doesn't work in that direction. Gbogbo tí Ìjìnlẹ̀ Jókòó tọ́jọ́ ń sọ yẹn, àti Black Lion àti Black Sheep àti gbogbo yẹn 419 ní gbogbo wọn. Kò sí ọ̀kan tó ń jẹ́ pé Faletti lọ sí United Nations. Màá ṣe program properly lé lórí láti lè fún wọn ní one off. But ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò gangan kan ní ẹni paper yìí. Now let's come here. Now mo fẹ́ lo bíbá yìí. Mo ní láti wá sórí Google mi. Wọ́n pe máa kan ní ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò nínú paper in case ẹ̀yìn wá sínú Metro paper page 5 eléyìí àwọn tí wọ́n dáwó fún pé kó ra mask ó máa lọ sí prison but èèyàn kọ́ ni mo wà after. I'm not interested in that. Nígbà tí COVID tí after tó pa George Floyd ní America ṣe mọ̀ pé protest kan ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ní UK everywhere wọ́n destroy so many places. Ó níbì kan tí mo kà wọ́n pe máa kan ní Costan COLSTON Edward Costan ó dá kó náà ni a sì máa ṣe full program lé lórí tí bá ti wà lórí software so that ẹ lè rí picture mo lè move but máa wò lè move laptop mi later láti jẹ́ kẹrin. Ta ló ń pè ní Edward Costan? Edward Costan COLSTON. Cherry Nigerians do not really know the real background of that messed up country. I mean, I didn't know as well, as much as what we know now. And I'm grateful that we've been able to know much compared to Nkotamo. So every time somebody like me, Tiban, follow news, Azerbaijan is saying it's got to do with ethnic cleansing. There's a lot of problem going on there, which is almost same problem. That one on face. Muki Baba Kunle Shita, Muki Kunle Bakers, I think the rest of those of you on the thread. Man yi, I just can picture one koko. Kekori image. I think. I mean. Let's see if we find some kind of nice picture of him. Edward Costa Lunje. All right, I think on Lele. Like a BBC image Lele. What jaire yan wale? Ire what jawale? Yeah, no boka Lele. Edward Costa. Àwọn ìbò ti báyé jẹ́, ó ti destroy wa gan. Mumbo, my friend Edward Coston. All right, this is him. This is the man I'm talking about. Man, bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, interface sorry, lórí díẹ̀. Listen. Let's go to Motirito article. Made share link and article here. Because I love to let people know if it's more information so that I know follow it. So let's first share this one. This is BBC, June 8, 2020. Bono Metro Teni, so in Tobashi in the UK. The Bashi Jade before Koto ko paper kurun le, ema kota ma ko paper ile kurun le, o ma wagbe Evening Standard wa. So actually pick it. Talonpe ni Edward Costan, and why is Bristol divided by his legacy? Oh yeah, I think about mo post ni èmi ló kàn òun ni e.
Àpèmọ́ra ẹni dẹ̀ ni.
Gbogbo yẹn ìtàn ni àpèmọ́ra ó ṣáà ti jẹ president, so gbogbo yẹn tó kù nísìn ni pé fix Nigeria fáwọn èèyàn kó lè jẹ breakfast, èmi ti jẹ breakfast èmi nísìn, okay, so káwọn èèyàn lè jẹ breakfast kó jẹ lunch kó dẹ̀ jẹ dinner, gbogbo tó ń sọ yẹn jágbajàgba ni. Ta ló ń pè ní Edward Costan? Statue yẹn Bristol ló wà nígbà tí wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀, when there was a problem of the George Floyd that was killed in America. So there were people started telling us about, àwọn tó wà into slave business. Family man was into it as well, but I can't say. Bristol, Bristol, University of Bristol, mo kàn tell in India. Bristol, fame and wealth. Kí ló ń pè ní fame? F-A-M-E. Ẹ ká lọ wo English dictionary. Tàbá ní fame, F-A, mo kí àtòbí mi lọ́mọ, mo kí bàbá kí tó yẹ, mo kí gbogbo àwọn leaders wa.
Fame.
Famed.
Fame.
Tàbá ní, bàbá yẹn wà famed.
Fame.
What does it mean? The state of being known or talked about by many people. Irú àwa náà ní sìn, many people talked about us, whether good, bad, or ugly, doesn't matter. Saturday, lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa ṣe, voluntary fundraising for KOIKIMEDIA, 3 hours. The whole program is going to be for fundraising. 1,000 naira, 2,000, £10, £100, £1,000. We want to raise good money for the platform on Saturday, lágbára Ọlọ́run. So kẹ́ tọ́jú owó díẹ̀ fún wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà náà, ẹ make sure kẹ́ tọ́jú owó. A dẹ̀ máa ní wallet, a máa gbowó lórí YORUBA gan. Gbogbo platform la máa fi gbowó wa. So tabani,
fame.
It is the state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievement. We can say Baba Akintoye is in that direction of that people that we call
fame.
Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho is
fame.
Chief Banja Iloge is
fame.
And some other people. Even Bola Tinubu is
fame.
We cannot deny that. What is the full meaning of
fame,
Tabani?
fame,
Widespread reputation, especially of a favorable character, a renowned public eminence, to seek fame as an opera singer. Now, let's go back. Why is Bristol? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo Bristol yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ká break it down. Bristol is a city in England, so that you have an understanding of what I'm talking about. So Bristol is a city in England. So very, very beautiful city. So in Amabino, I have to keep showing like that because we are not using the software, and I might not be able to be doing that because it will be too much for me. So it will just be, so Tabani, Bristol is a very beautiful place. I've been there. Moranti, your boys. You know, as at that time, we travel to Sibe, láti lọ meet àwọn kan. You know, it's not for public consumption. Bristol is a city, ceremonial county, a unitarily authority in England on the River Avon. It is bordered by ceremonial counties of Gloucester. Bristol is a city straddling the River Avon in the southwest of England, with a prosperous maritime history. Its former city center port is now a cultural hub. The harbour side, where the Shield Museum explores local social and industrial heritage. The harbour, ta ló mọ̀ tán pè ní harbour, because kò lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Òkìkí, ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi, àwọn tó gbọ́ Yorùbá ti bá mi ṣe àyàn gbé fọ́ ẹ̀ jáde. Wọ́n ní òkìkí ni wọ́n pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá kan wà tó máa ń pè rẹ̀ lókìkí lórí Facebook. Very good guy. He's doing very well. You know, I do listen to him. Ta ló mọ̀ tán pè ní, kí ni mo sọ lẹ́ǹkan náà? Harbour. Tàbá sọ pé harbour, H-A-B-O-U-R. Should we do English dictionary for it quickly? Let's find out the meaning. So what is the meaning of the word
harbour,
Tabani?
harbour,
A place for boats. Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy. Ekabo, Yawa Elizabeth. Tabani,
harbour,
a place on the coast where ships or omi, many more in shelter, especially one protected from the rough water. So Tabasope Abo, you'll be looking at images like these, Okojomi. So that means Bristol, Oniomi. Bristol, Onikini Muso, Oniomi. Kilo one for me, Yeshe. In that century. Kilo one for me, she. I'm a body and missing. I am just giving you all this lecture so that you have a deep understanding of the mess that they kept us for a long time during the slave trade, that you still want to remain in that same slave. I feel pulling out from the slave. You don't want us to pull you out. Baba mi Moses ni Aboras is a place of seaport. Seaport. Oda bi papa. So, Tabani
harbour,
again, a place of security and comfort. Kila Shenja from Yoruba nation. Security omi yẹn ni. Taba ti gbomi lọ́wọ́ yẹn ní kankan mọ́. Igbo fẹ́ gbomi yẹn, whether we like it or not. Hausa fẹ́ gbà. Gbogbo èèyàn ló fẹ́ gbà. Àwọn foreigner fẹ́ gbomi lọ́wọ́ yín. So some of you don't understand that èmi ló kàn tó ń pariwo yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n rewind ẹ̀, a máa mix gbogbo ẹ̀pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn. Ó yẹ ká gbọ́ Tinubu tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ó yá, kí ló sọ? Ó yá, gbóhùn sókè. Gbóhùn sókè wèrè.
Má dàrú, kó má bàjẹ́, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ká tiẹ̀ lè débẹ̀ ká gòkè díẹ̀.
That is good. Ká lè débẹ̀ ká tẹ̀ lè gòkè díẹ̀. Ṣé díẹ̀ yẹn la máa wá dúró lé lórí àbí lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó bá lọ? Because Tinubu is in control of Nigeria right now, whether we like it or not. Gbogbo tí Onítìrì sọ fún òun gba country yẹn, gbogbo yẹn nonsense ni. Tinubu is still in charge. That means he's in charge of everything under Nigeria. Abelowa. Tinubu lè pàṣẹ fún any company kó gbé nǹkan kan wọlé through omi. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Ṣé wà pé àwọn Yorùbá kan nísìn wọ́n máa gbádùn gan-an. I'm not joking. Wọ́n máa di olówó gidi because Tinubu ló wà níbẹ̀. Wọ́n kàn ní láti sọ fún Tinubu pé ọmọ a ní container, a ní àwọn ship kan tó fẹ́ dé tí wọ́n ní àwọn ẹrù kan kó bọ̀ tá fẹ́ tà ní Nàìjíríà. And okay, ẹ fún wọn ní leeway kó wọlé. He can do anything as a president. But after tó bá lọ tán, he's no longer in charge of the water. Tinubu can still do everything now to stop the problem that we are talking about. But if he refused to do so, it would eventually mean that gbogbo tó ń sọ nísìn pé ká débẹ̀ ká tẹ̀ gùnkè díẹ̀. Yes, it's good. But ká débẹ̀ ká gùnkè díẹ̀ yẹn is just for 8 years. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ wà lókè for 8 years? Is that what you guys want? Ká débẹ̀ ká kọ̀ wà níbẹ̀. A padà sọ́dọ̀ Tinubu. Let me stick to the Edward Costin. Now we've been able to get the background of, Abo, but we are still talking about Bristol. But Bristol have something that many of us will probably learn today. You might be the first time you'll be hearing these. This has got to do with during the slave trade. Slave trade. If you love Nigeria and you do not understand, I was at the Liverpool some few years back, and I went to the slave museum. I mean, not really cry out, but so when some of you are thinking that you should still, you love Nigeria, but you don't understand the damage of the slave trade on us, and you still want to remain Nigerians, I wish you best of luck. Let's now go back and find out a little bit more about Bristol. I've given you the definition of fame. Everybody knows what is wealth. Though they say health is wealth. But many of you do not have the good health. So you are not likely to have wealth. But wani àlàáfíà lògùn ọrọ̀. Ẹni tó bá lálàáfíà, yá ń gbé mi lékè ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta, ṣàlàáfíà lẹ́wà náà. A lot of you do not have good health. But tó bá ní health, tó bá lówó, fine, you're okay. Bíṣẹ́ wà báyìí ní sinmi ti jẹun. Màmá fi wọ̀nyí ká máa fi parí program yìí sórí sardine nìyẹn, ẹyin ni, mẹ́ta làgbàlagbà máa ń jẹ pẹ̀lú bread. Mo ní polówó bread yẹn kọ́ sanwó advertisement fún mi. But ó ní bread kan tá máa ń rà nínú ilé wa. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mi náà ti di celebrity. So nígbà tá bọ̀dẹ̀ ti sanwó advert fún mi, mo lè máa dárúkọ wọn níbí báyìí. It was a good product. Now, Bristol, fame and wealth. Mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn kó papọ̀. Àtìmọ̀ meaning fame, àtìmọ̀ meaning abo, àtìmọ̀ meaning wealth were all built on slave trade. Are you angry? Bristol, tí wọ́n ní ó fẹ́ wá kàwé níbẹ̀, University of Bristol. Gbogbo tó fi build ẹ̀, owó ẹrú ni. Àwọn ẹrú ló fi build the Bristol. You can see why we must not stop educating you all. Your love for politicians, I don't have a problem. But you must start asking questions. Questions. Because gbogbo ilé tí Jagarudi tó ń sọ níbí báyìí, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ lẹ́ǹkan sí, gbóhùn sókè.
Láti fi kọ́kọ́, ibi ìdílé kan máa sọ yẹn. Wípé kó má dàrú, kó má bàjẹ́, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá káàtì ẹ̀ lè débẹ̀ ká gòkè díẹ̀.
He's a very smart guy. Kó má dàrú, kó má bàjẹ́, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ká lè débẹ̀. Tinubu is a ẹ̀jẹ̀ mú yẹn sínú fún mi. This guy. Kó má dàrú, kó má bàjẹ́, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ká lè débẹ̀. Ó lè ti débẹ̀ nísìn. So the expectation is a lot of you that are in Nigeria, you must do whatever you want to keep you floating. If you tell me if you look on here. Now, let's move swiftly. Bristol, fame, wealth were built on the slave trade. And few slave traders, few, there are not a lot of them. One of them is Edward Coston. Ìwọ́n ní ó ṣe jẹ́ Ìgbòho ló fi gba Yorùbá nation. Ó ṣe jẹ́ Bàbá Akíntóyè ló fi gbà tó ń ṣe Dúpẹ́ Onítìrì. Ta ni Dúpẹ́ Onítìrì? Ta ni Dúpẹ́ Onítìrì? Ó mọ̀ pé òun ò lè gbà. Ó wá ń dà ìfàtí gbogbo brain yín, ó ń lọ báyìí, ó ń tò báyìí. Ó wá náà lọ sí United Nations. Ibi tí ó yẹ kẹ́yìn tí kọ́kọ́ nílà káyọ̀ pé ṣé United Nations níbi tó lọ yẹn? In reality, in real picture, ó dẹ̀ tún jáde, ó dẹ̀ sọ yẹn pé a gbé ambassador at large wá lọ sí United Nations and the gullibles fall for that. Àwọn kan tún pè mí pé wọ́n ní Dúpẹ́ ti declare pé àwọn ti rí ní United Nations, orí wo yóò pè. À ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n fi owó ẹrú, owó àwọn bàbá ńlá wa tó fi ń ṣayé, wọ́n ní few ni wọ́n. Kí ló ń pè ní few? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo English dictionary few. Ẹni tó bá mọ̀ ní Yorùbá ẹ bá mi ṣe síbẹ̀ kí n wò bí mo lè pronounce ẹ̀. Tá bá lọ wo meaning few ní English dictionary. Kí ni meaning ẹ̀?
Few.
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 A small number. That means that those that made Bristol to what Bristol is today with slave trade, they were few. Edward Coston. Èrè ẹ̀ lọ já wálẹ̀ báyìí nígbà tó ń ṣe protest yẹn. But ilé wọn ló gbowó, owó tó gbà £30,000. Wọ́n ní kò deliver gbowó tó kù, wọ́n gbé lọ sí court. Ìyẹn woman yìí. Ìyẹn kọ́ ni mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, kò sí tó kọ́ mi pẹ̀lú yẹn. Eléyìí lèmi fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ó wà ní pépà tèmi. Díẹ̀, okay, wọ́n ní díẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni Mr. Israel. Àwọn díẹ̀ lọ lo àwa Africans, wọ́n fi ṣe wá ní jàǹbá. Wọ́n gbé wa kúrò lórí lédè tí Elédùmarè d'Áfríkà. Wọ́n kó wọn wá sí Bristol, wọ́n fi develop Bristol. Gbogbo ìlú tẹ̀ ń rí àti àwọn European countries, owó ẹrú ló fi develop ẹ̀. Àwọn díẹ̀ dẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Ìwọ wá tí wọ́n ń jà pé ó wá ń bú àwa, òun bú Kóìkì, òun bú àwọn tó ń sọ pé self determination, òun bú àwọn tó sọ pé ká pín kí gbogbo nǹkan lè ná máa padà, sórí pé problem á wà. And this is what we are saying to those of you. No understanding tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. Mo ì tí ká tán, because tí n bá ṣe analysis lé lórí tí bá kàn ká lọ gbùdùgbùdù kò ní yé yín. So mo gbọ́dọ̀ fún ní that kind of in-depth conversation. Mo kí Grandma Comfort. Jagaban is being selfish. He knows Yoruba nation is the best option. Orí ẹ̀ ò ṣe tó. Màá tún padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ sí. Bristol, fame and wealth were built on slave trade. Oko ẹrú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi gbé mi lékè. Some did ni wọ́n náà àwọn psychopath. Wọ́n náà ti lọ sí United Nations. Ṣé United Nations lọ́lọ́ yẹn? Only àwọn díẹ̀ ló jẹ́ traders. And this díẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn few yẹn, were more infamous or wealthy than Edward Coston. Wọ́n náà yẹn tún lówó ju ìyẹn bàbá yìí lọ. Almost 300 years since his death. Nigeria going to take 300 years. Why do you want to die for Nigeria? I don't understand. Gbogbo pa pariwo Nigeria nísìn kò tí tó time tí bàbá yìí tó ti kú yìí. Àwọn ilé ti kú 300 years ago. But jàǹbá tó ṣe sílẹ̀ òun lélẹ̀ wá ń sọ nísìn pé ìyẹn Home Secretary wa pé àwọn refugee ó ràn pé wọ́n máa ń gbàgbé pé wàhálà tó dá sílẹ̀ wàhálà yẹn ò tí tán lẹ̀ because you actually destroy different part of the world nígbà tó ń ṣe nígbà colonial era ni mo sọ yìí. That problem now is why people are moving around. People àwọn èèyàn move káàkiri. Everybody's looking for where to go to ibi tó lè survive because ibi tó yẹ ká ti survive wọ́n jẹ́ ká survive níbẹ̀. What then is it's called survivor to the fittest. And tó bá lè survive ẹni, àwa kan rí future yẹn, àwa kan rí, àwa kan sì ń rò pé eléyìí ó yá gbóhùn sókè kí ló tún sọ ẹ jẹ́ ń dá padà díẹ̀ ó yá.
Ẹ ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi rí láti lè kọ́kọ́.
Ó yá mò ń kí la fẹ́ gbọ́.
Ibi ìdí kan máa sọ yẹn.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó fi sọ ó yá.
Wípé kó má dàrú.
Okay.
Kó má bàjẹ́. Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ká tiẹ̀ lè débẹ̀ ká gòkè díẹ̀.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n.
Ìjọ ta ti ń bàbọ̀. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ṣe ṣe. Nísìnyí aṣọ dára wà. Mo kàn ní ó dásìkò. Ọ̀rọ̀ ojú orí tọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ tìwé ni.
Òun kà.
Mo kàwé o.
Okay, no kà. History láti ń padà sí àìsí dọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ Jagaban. Almost 300 years since his death, his past is said to be formally acknowledged by the city for the first time. It's the same thing that what we are doing today, whether we like it or not. Another 300 years, people will come out and be saying, about KOIKIMEDIA, that is my great. These were people that were honest. Be Liz Dada. Because Liz Dada, tell me, ó tún wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ Dagboru, bí Grace Adebi, bí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Because fi ṣọ̀tẹ̀ Ìgbòho àti Bàbá Akíntóyè. 300 years ago ni máa ti kú, a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Bó ṣe máa sọ tèmi àti ẹnìyẹn. Ṣé pé pressure yẹn ti ń lọ́lẹ̀? Justice for Mohbad. Mo sọ fún ìyàwó mi pé wọ́n máa fi di last week gan mo rò kó máa lọ́lẹ̀, but because wọ́n tún wú òkú yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad nísìn treasure yẹn ti ń lọ́lẹ̀ bí Ayọ̀ Brown wèrè Ayọ̀ Brown ṣọ́ dí òmò lẹ́nijọ́ mẹ́ta one bastard àtàwọn tó kù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ìjìnlẹ̀ yẹn frostat ẹ̀ nìyẹn náà kò sọgbọ́n ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tó lè sọ fún mi. You can read it from the body language. Mo lè sọ níwájú ẹ̀, mo lè lọ sí Turkey kí n sọ fún níwájú ẹ̀. Anytime tí bá wà ní Turkey máa pè, máa sọ pé mo wà ní Turkey. Kó wá bá mi lẹ́niwẹ̀ nínú center wọn. And I'll be going Turkey very soon. Kọ́lọ́n kó túbọ̀ fún wa ní ẹ̀mí gígùn. Bí a ti ti next year, mo ń bọ̀ ní Turkey. Òun ò lè travel, èmi lè travel. Òun kò ní document tó lè fi kúrò ní Turkey. Gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ. Kò ní document tó lè fi kúrò ní Turkey. Àwọn ìlú yẹn wọ́n fún yàn níwèé. O lè lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó sì bẹ́tà ju Nàìjíríà lọ mo ṣeré o ìjìnlẹ̀ bó ṣe wà á máa jẹ ẹsẹ̀ kúrò ní Turkey ni wow emperor ó máa jẹ 3 square meal àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń dáwó fún bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń dáwó fáwa náà ó lè máa pretend pé wọ́n fóun lówó irọ́ ní gbogbo yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fáwa náà lówó lọ́n fóun náà lówó ìbáwọn náà ní kakọ́s Tinubu gan ní kakọ́s tó fẹ́ fún lówó nísìn àwọn Ṣàgórì ní Tinubu ó fẹ́ gbé Nàìjíríà lé lọ́wọ́ àwọn Ṣàgórì wọ́n follow bàbá kan lórí Twitter. True or false, àwọn Ṣàgórì ní Tinubu fẹ́ bá deal, àwọn France kò fẹ́ bá UK deal púpọ̀. Bọ́bẹ̀ kọ́ là ń lọ. Kí ló wá dé tí nígbà tí gbogbo wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀ ní UK tó lọ já èrè bọ̀bọ́ ìwá sínú omi pé ilé wà lára àwọn ọlọ̀tẹ̀jọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Mr. Perry mo kí àlàáfíà mo wà bàbá mi ti àmì o. I'm doing very well. Mo kí o gbọ́n ìta lórí ètò. I am just giving you a background of history. History that some of us would have been taught. Tó bá yẹ pé àti mo rá àwọn history nígbà tá a wà ní secondary school, ní primary school, títí dé nursery, many of you will never love what is called Nigeria. And that's why they removed the word history as a subject. Because history can never be forgotten. This guy called Edwin Coston was part of those few, even though it was not even up to the others. But let's give you a bit of his background. But why did people revolt against this statue. This is today's paper. Today's 27 on the Metro newspaper. I am not concerned about this woman because they say that she did not deliver all the money that they donated during the fundraising as at that time. My focus is on this criminal. He died 300 years ago, but his death still has impact on what is known as Africa. Let's continue. Costin Edward made his fortune through human suffering. Did you hear that word? This is BBC. BBC nothing article you, and I think I've shared the article, to all the platforms. Let's see, so that in case they ever feel like kafunrai, because I know a lot of educated people, elite, shaking. Facebook, I really mess around and okay, I think I can post the comment now. Yeah. So that is the link there. I'm going to post there on my reflect on this thing. This program should end at 1 o'clock because I'm back with Anita again, so I don't want to burn too much of my energy. But I'm going to find any debrief. None of that in the paper. So I'm going to move swiftly. Kí ló ń pè ní human suffering? Tí bá sọ pé human suffering. Are we suffering in Nigeria? I'm sure a lot of you will say yes. There are various sources and kinds of suffering based on his own vast research. The author characterized 3 kinds of man's suffering: physical, pain, somatic disease, physical, hardship, mental disorder ni duponitiri àti jile àti gbogbo àwọn tó wà lábẹ́ wọn. They have mental disorder because they are seeing things and they are hearing things, and to them, they believe that those things are real, even though they are not real. So they have mental disorder. I'm classifying them as mental disorder people. And if you're one of them and you're watching me as well, you are mentally disordered. And illnesses. And there's another kind of suffering, which is now of our own. The backbone of our problem in Africa. And I'm sure everybody knows the one I'm talking about. Ta ló lè guess kí n tó sọ? Èyí tó jẹ́ the main kókó, mo ti fún yín ní méjì. Ta ló lè guess the third one? The first one, money, physical, pain, somatic disease. Ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀ka ní àìsàn. Àìsàn kan ló wà lára Akérédolú ló fi sá lọ sí Germany tó lọ gba treatment. Mo sọ pé the next one is physical again. Hardship, mental disorder, and illness. The last one, ta ló lè guess it? Spiritual. Spiritual. Lack of meaningful life and moral dilemmas. So we are people that we have been told that take bad do anything, you gotta attach more spiritual. But it's part of why a lot of us are saying these things are there, but it is not the only problem. And I think I should give you some kind of something that I read again, just to link that quickly with this conversation. Lórí spiritual. Ọmọ girl tell me, òyìnbó yìí, ṣá máa sọ pé spiritual attack ló ṣe tí bá ka article yìí tán, máa sáré kà yẹn briefly. Ṣá máa sọ pé physical hardship or mental disorder. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ okay, ká ṣe báyìí. The first physical, number 1, ìyẹn ni pain, somatic disease. The second physical, you want spell it as FPSYCHICLA. It's the same thing, is it? No. Yeah. Okay, what spell it differently? Again, look, what pronunciation in Psychica. Pronunciation in yato. It mean pronounce it the same way. Let's go and look for that pronunciation.
Psychical.
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 It mean mo long. Ó yàtọ̀ sí number one tí mo sọ pé physical eléyìí wọ́n wá pé spelling ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ because this one is Psychical.
Psychical.
Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀?
Psychical.
Tá bá ní
Psychical.
that is meaning of
Psychical.
relating to a special mental ability. So Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
Ìjìnlẹ̀ wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
Kalẹ̀ Jayé wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
Wálé Àlè wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
Ayọ̀ Brown wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
Liz Dada wà lábẹ́
Psychical.
gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wọn tó believe pé wọ́n ti gba òmìnira 2022 gbogbo wọn wà ní abẹ́
Psychical.
they are what?
Psychical.
So now let's come back again here. So it's number one is physical. Tí bá ti kà tán ẹ kàn sọ pé Koiki tó kà yìí ó wà lábẹ́ number one which is physical. The second one ni psychical. Number two ìyẹn ni hardship, mental disorder àti illness. Number three ni spiritual attack. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré kà fún yín. Tí bá ti ń kà ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi síbẹ̀ pé number one lèmi mú, number two I want to see your response. Gbogbo yín pátápátá. Paramedics saved me, my life, talking me down from the bridge. Talking ni o kàn ṣe taking. Paramedic wọ́n save ayé òun, wọ́n save ẹ̀mí òun. Talking me down from the bridge. Mo ti ka article yẹn o. This is now the article. A woman who nearly jumped off a bridge has thanked a paramedic for saving her life by stopping at the scene. Full stop. Lauren Elizabeth, 23, said she had been struggling with her mental health and decided to end her life by leaping over the overpass in Canterbury, Kent. But thanks to a 999 worker who was off duty and just happened to be passing, she can now watch her two children aged 6 and 4 grow up. Full stop. This was the only way I could think of getting the bad thoughts out of my head, said Lauren Elizabeth, 23 years old, who was struggling after the hospitalization of her mother and problems with her ex-partner. Full stop. I remember standing on the bridge, Odurolori Bridge. I was going to jump, Ohunfefo. I was in a very bad place. I was smoking a cigarette. Àmọ́ later nínú article ìpé kò ń ṣe cigarette ló ń fà, but wọ́n kàn sọ pé cigarette. I was smoking a cigarette, and for me, as soon as it was finished, that is when I was going to jump and commit suicide. As she finished the cigarette, the woman pulled up in a car. I was crying. Elizabeth Lauren went on. She said, ìyẹn 999 worker tó wà ní off duty tó park mọ́tò. Are you okay? Òyìnbó tá máa ń lò London ní bó tẹ̀ wá òkè wá máa bí ẹ pé are you okay? Ó bá máa lówó lọ́wọ́, are you okay? Ó bá máa kú lọ, are you okay? Ṣo ní immigration problem, are you okay náà ni? Ẹni tó bá wà okay ẹ tètè sọ síta o. And I said, I am fine. Leave me alone. Kí ló dé? Mo mọ̀ ẹ́ rí ni. But she said, I am going to pull around the corner. Bí ibi tí yẹn fẹ́ park sí kò safe. O gbọ́dọ̀ make mọ́tò máa lọ gbá òun náà dànù. It was all a bit of blur. But the next thing I saw was police pull up. And I was in such a state. Elizabeth Lauren was given emergency mental health care at 2 hospitals. Then had a follow-up support, from crisis team. Full stop. Now she is proud. Inú ẹ̀ wá ń dùn padà nísìn. To say she has turned her life around. She tracked her heroin down online on cocaine to thank for the crucial intervention. Àwọn tí wọ́n tètè gba cocaine tí ẹ̀yin ọmọ kéékèèké ń fà ní Nàìjíríà torí yín dàrú ẹ̀ túbọ̀ máa fà á. If it wasn't for the paramedic who stopped that night, I wouldn't have got the help I needed, she said. I owe everything. It can really help to know that people care. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. My question is, can we link this to spiritual attack? That's what I just want to ask. Ẹ wọ̀ kí mo ti fún yín ní question mẹ́ta can we say that Lauren was having a spiritual attack? Why do we link everything to spiritual attack in that messed up country? You can see why I've told you I am not one of those your blogging platform. I break things down to your understanding. That was not spiritual attack. She was going through a lot. Kí ló ń go through gangan? Ex-partner, ìwọ náà ní ọkọ nínú ilé ní UK, ó ti fi ẹ́ sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ, ó máa develop a lot of stress. Ìjẹ́ méjì, ẹ ti jẹ́ yọkan. Ní bíbá, wàá máa tọ́jú ẹ̀. Ní Nàìjíríà, any spiritual attack ni. We link everything to spiritual attack. Only mama òun sick. Even though we want to tọ́jú mama yẹn, ó wà hospital. Ta di family ẹ̀ máa wà hospital tínú ẹ̀ máa dùn. Mo kàn fún yín nìyẹn just because interfere débi báyìí kò ju pé à ń kà nǹkankan bọ̀ lọ human suffering. There is spiritual attack, but not everything you link to spiritual attack. In Nigeria, we have linked every goddamn thing to spiritual attack. Ẹ̀wọ̀n kí mo ti ka paper yìí ni mo ṣe lè link ẹ̀ mọ́ bíbá. So now ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí slave trade because I have half an hour to the end of this broadcast. Edward Custon made his fortune from three things: physical, àti kí ni mo pè lẹ́ǹkan, àti spiritual. So àwọn make owó látara wa, wọ́n wá gbé gbogbo nǹkan lé wa lọ́rùn nísìn, and that is why we are where we are today. Tẹ̀síwájú, move. Àmọ́ èmi ló kàn, kí ló sọ? Bóun sókè, ó ní kí ni mò ń gbọ́.
Torí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ ṣe.
Kí ló ṣe?
Lè sí aṣọ dára wa.
Ó ní ká má ṣọ̀tá ara wa.
Mo kàn ní ó tásìkò.
Ó tásìkò pé kí ni?
Ọ̀rọ̀ ojú orí kọ́.
Ọjọ́ rí kọ́.
Tó bá jẹ́ tí ìwé ni.
Mo kà dáadáa.
Mo kàwé o.
Bọ̀ ẹ kàn má rí result mi ni. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka ti kú gba result mi. Tó bá kàwé dáadáa kí ló ń sáfá kó ìfẹ́ kẹ́kẹ́ rí result ẹ̀. Mo kí ẹ just reason.
Èmi lẹ̀gbọ́n.
Èmi lẹ̀gbọ́n. Ṣé rí gbogbo eléyìí tí àwọn Yorùbá bá ti gbá àwọn kan báyìí? You are so excited. But the bigger picture of the problem is not Tinubu. The bigger problem was when people like UK, àwọn other countries, wọ́n lò wá fún ẹrú. Wọ́n lo ìran bàbá ńlá wa, wọ́n fi ṣẹrú. Ìwọ tún wá fẹ́ ká wà nínú that same system nítorí pé Tinubu. Gbogbo tí Tinubu máa lò láyé kò ní another 100 years lórí ẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn. Kò ń ṣe pé because it will be 100 and something nìyẹn. Tó bá máa fi ṣe tán ní 2027, 87 years old. Tó bá fún lẹ́ran méjì, ẹyọ kan ló máa jẹ. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ future tó máa save wa, tó máa secure wa, ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu. Mo ti sọ meaning human suffering. So man tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ lẹ́ǹkan tí mo ní mo bá pàdé nínú paper ìyẹn Edward Custon. Wọ́n já ìrìn yẹn wálẹ̀ nígbà tá à ń ṣe protest gan tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ ní June 2020 lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó pa George Floyd l'Amẹ́ríkà. Edward Custon made his fortune. Ó make kí ló ń pè ní fortune nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Fortune. Kí ni meaning ẹ̀? Ẹ fún mi ní meaning fortune. Through human suffering. Gbogbo tí wọ́n fi ń pè ní èèyàn. Gbogbo tó fi ń pè àwọn ilé náà léèyàn. Suffering yìí ni o. Gbogbo tí Tinubu fi jẹ́ èèyàn. Ara suffering yìí ni. Èyí tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà àtàwátàwá ń ta. Gbogbo àwọn politicians. Through human suffering. Because mo lè link ẹ̀ náà pẹ̀lú wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. Through human suffering. The whole Nigeria today, those that are making it, are using you. And that's why they'll say, tó bá ti ní problem. No, don't go to church. No, don't go to hospital. Lọ sí church. But Akeredolu ṣe lọ sí church. Why did Akeredolu run to Germany? Why was he not in the church? Though, wọ́n ṣe church fún because ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé Betty. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé mo bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ Tinubu yẹn lọ kì í sílẹ̀.
Ọ̀lẹ́bí méjì tá a bá ní ìkan ṣáájú gbẹ̀gbọ́n. Àpèmọ́ra ẹni dẹ̀ni.
So, so ó jẹ́ kóun náà jẹ́ ó ti ń sìn wá bọ̀. Okay. The borrow. Everybody be happy. Everybody excited. But all this excitement, hold on. All this excitement is just a very, very limited time. Otiwani, calm down. The first 4 years, Otinlo. By the time the 4 years is done and nothing has happened, then he will be asking for another second term. But the human suffering, Edward Custon made his fortune through human suffering. Between 1672, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria in 1672. Are you listening? 1672, there was nothing called Nigeria. Up to 1689, ships, ọkọ̀ ojú omi, are believed to have transported about 80,000 men, women, and children from Africa to America. Slave trade. However, in the city he called his home, his memory has been honored for centuries. On his death in 1721, there was nothing called Nigeria as of 1721. Africa never had a border. In 1721, 1884, ni wọ́n ṣe Berlin Conference, if I'm right. Berlin Conference. The Berlin Conference took place in 1884. So even as at the time, tí arákùnrin tó fi kú, on his death in 1721, Africa did not have borders. Ni border. As at that time, everything was open. We were trading with each other, but we had a kingdom, or your empire. Etimagbo or your empire. Abibeko. Because kò sí border. So, nígbà tó di pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jalè, long cave, kilo cave, ní 1884. After tí eléyìí ti kú, like another century, every century there will be another problem. We had ourselves to work with within that continent. We were all doing very well. I mean, even if there were poor, disease, and all that, had to develop Jubelo. There was different empire, Benin Empire. Even the North has their own empire. Everybody was doing very well. In the little that we have, we were trading. We might not be perfect, but we have the better understanding than àwọn òyìnbó tẹ́ ń rí lẹ́nìí. When it comes to knowledge, we have the knowledge. Because tó bá differ as at that time, if I'm a son tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ fún yín, just like bí ṣe ń put sínú Google nísìn, ó ń gbé jáde, is binary. So some of you are telling us we should leave all this because you now been told after so many years in 19th century that there's a creation called Nigeria through amalgamation that then forced everybody that were living separately. That is why this world, there will never be peace in this world. We were the one that had what it takes. And now you want us to keep Nigeria. What are you keeping Nigeria for? In 1721, this Edward Custon died. Even as at the time, the Onyibo people, the colonial as at that time, their mission must be completed. Because when you look at 1721 and you look at when Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, that is as at that empire time, as at that colonial era time, it is the colonial era. We are now in another generation with some energy. Energy, oríṣiríṣi ló wà ń tà nísìn. Ibi tó bá mọ̀ dé ni. Má rò pé ìrọ̀rọ̀ church là ń sọ nísìn. Ibi tó bá mọ̀ dé ni. Mo sọ fún yín pé ìtagbédání, there's a lot of energy out there. And some energy cannot overshadow another energy. One might try ni. They will do everything that will try to bring that energy down. Do you all know that something mo post àwọn kankan ní orí platform mi ní ìjẹta. Let me take your mind there a little bit. Things they happen. Things they happen. Àwọn òyìnbó yìí, they are trying. Wọ́n fẹ́ to rewrite history yẹn, but kò possible. Wọ́n ti lo ìgbà tí wọ́n tán. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ allow another era. Ìgbà míì gbọ́dọ̀ tún jáde. To ma run for another, only God knows, billions of years. Ìyẹn làwọn sáré fún nísìn, wọ́n fi gbà. Bọ́ fẹ́ bọ́kọ̀, wọ́n máa ṣe kíni, wọ́n máa accept fate wọn. Wọ́n bá lo èmi ló kàn, kọ́ tún lo ẹlòmíì èmi ló kàn, kódà kọ́ lo 200 èmi ló kàn. At some point, energy yẹn máa dé. Kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe ń ríran? Àwọn tó jẹ́ pure celestial, ẹ̀yin kérúbù, kí ló dé tí ẹ ṣe ń connect ẹ̀mí yín pẹ̀lú another mystical thing tó wà lẹ́yìn? Ẹ rò pé ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí, ọ̀rọ̀ kékeré ni. Mo fẹ́ fún yín ní information kan tí mo pick. Àwa ń think deep ni and looking at what is happening. Àwọn ìbò kọ̀ọ̀kan náà ti ń sọ̀rọ̀. Whether you like it or not, ìran àwọn yìí gbọ́dọ̀ dìde. Tí ìran yóò bá dìde, ẹ ní ìsinmi láyé. Ẹ ní àwọn immigration lọ káàkiri. Díẹ̀ ló kù. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní information. I'm sure ta ló gbọ́ pé asteroid kan dé. How many people follow that? I posted it on my timeline. Mo ní kẹ́yẹ́ máa lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn blogging. Ẹ dúró sí ibi tẹ́ máa rí tó ń lọ. There's something that came up. Mo fẹ́ mú wá láti ibi tí. How many people are aware that there's an asteroid that have returned back? Ẹ má parọ́, èèyàn mélòó ló gbọ́ pé asteroid kan dé? Ẹ máa pé Koiki olótú yà sí ìtorí ọlọ́. Asteroid. How many people is aware of that? Asteroid kan has returned back to space. Ó ti padà dé. Oh, ìwọ náà gbọ́? Yorùbá nation ó ti consume gbogbo wa gan. Let me first give you báwọn ṣe presented. Ẹ̀rọ àwọn òyìnbó yìí, presentation tí wọ́n, táwọn bá presented tán, àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n tó lè rí nǹkan from another angle, àwọn wá break it down fún yín. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kà fún yín. Asteroid dust debris likely found as return NASA space capsule opened. This is what we're talking about. Capsule. Oh my God. Okay, sorry, I'm not being lonely. Capsule yìí. Capsule 10 read. This. It returned back after 7 years. According to what we are told in the orbit. Lẹ́yìn ọdún méje. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló lè ní làákàyè tí mo fi gbé kalẹ̀ yìí. You must be in another spiritual realm. But àwọn tó jẹ́ tó ń rí nǹkan, tó ń mọ̀ nǹkan, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Sherry, there's what I called Bennu. Bennu, B-E-N-N-U. B, Bravo, Echo, November, uniform. Sherry Bennu yẹn is Bennu is an ancient Egyptian deity. Only me picture ni. Ẹ máa wọ́n dà pé mo post gbogbo àwọn kan báyìí, but mo ṣe explanation ẹ̀. Because kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló lè ní full understanding bí ilé ayé ṣe ń operate. Ìtọ́kọ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ni pé báwọn ṣe fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ ṣáà máa jẹun. Ẹgbẹ́ mo ti jẹun nísìn. Ẹ̀rọ bá ti jẹun kí Koiki ó ti jẹun kí ló tún ronú fún? Okay, ò lówó lọ́wọ́, ó dà lọ ṣiṣẹ́ díẹ̀. They are taking your mind away from the real reality of the world. They are creating a lot of problems. Tí UK bá fẹ́ divert mind gbogbo wa nísìn, wọ́n mọ̀ tán máa ṣe. Gbogbo media wọn dẹ̀ máa pick it and they will divert your mind. and they will put this your mind tẹ́ fi ń ronú pé ebi ń pa ẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ó bí yàn ní pẹ́ mọ́. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ta ló gbọ́ nípa flood Libya? Mo fẹ́ connect dot kan nísìn pẹ̀lú asteroid today yẹn. Ta ló gbọ́ pé flood ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Libya? Ẹ gbọ́ náà, ẹ gbọ́ pé omi ya lu gbogbo Libya. Ta ló gbọ́? Àwọn èèyàn sí lórí program. Okay, ìyá mi kan máa. Àwọn èèyàn ń gbọ́ international news o. Okay, Yorùbá nation. Now, ṣe rí flood yẹn. Tí obìnrin bá fẹ́ bímọ, kí ló máa kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀? Tí obìnrin bá fẹ́ bímọ, obìnrin àwọn ìyá wa kọ́nà bá wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo àbáwọn sísí ọmọ kékeré wọn ti ń bímọ nísìn. Kí ló máa kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀? Ìyá máa bọ́ sẹ́dẹ̀. Ìyá mi gbé mi lékè ti kúrò lórí program mi. Bàbá Stephen ní yes àwọn gbọ́. Tí obìnrin bá fẹ́ bímọ, kí ló máa ń kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀? Tó máa fi mọ̀ pé ọmọ yẹn ti dé. Pé ó ti mú mi. Adomira flood tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Libya ẹ connected pẹ̀lú asteroid today yẹn. New energy is about to arrive. Has arrived rather. Omi tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Libya yẹn ọmọ tuntun fẹ́ jáde òun ni asteroid yẹn. Liquid breakage. You're right. That's it. Omi á dà. And omi mi ti fọ́. Omi tó fọ́ ní Libya. Òun ni the dot. See, in tó padà dé from the space. Bennu is the ó wá pé àwọn òyìnbó yìí. Ó wá pé asteroid tó dé yẹn ó pè ní Bennu. Bennu is the ancient Egyptian deity linked with the sun creation and the rebirth. Kí ló ń pè ní rebirth? Téèyàn bá kú nísìn, ẹlòmíà bímọ, wọ́n ní orúkọ kan, wọ́n link ẹni tó kú yẹn mọ́ pé ó padà dé. The water and the pains will be the force. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Jack Olúṣọlá. Libya, omi tó fọ́ ní Libya yẹn, message ti Libya yẹn, òun ni asteroid tó padà dé yẹn. Àtúnbí ẹ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ bá mi fà. Ẹ ní gbọ́rọ̀ eléyìí nínú church yìí. All right, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ mọ̀, ṣé àná àwọn Christian ní bíbá? Ẹ jẹ́ fún ní verse kan kẹ́ lọ kà. Ẹ lọ sí Koiki ìwọ ló tún gbé wá báyìí torí Ọlọ́run wá bá dá wa lórí irú ọmọ yìí. Mò ń bọ̀. Àwọn ìbò yìí, it no go better for them. Ẹ rò pé kó gbogbo àwọn slaves, kí lẹ rò pé bàbá Kítóyè ṣe ní pé ká lọ kó tọrọ àforíjì àbí káwọn àwọn bàbá ńlá wa yẹn kó foríjì wa. Again, mo tún fẹ́ fún ní another link tó padà sí tilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìbò ni ọba Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ wà nísìn. Ta ló mọ bí tó bá wà nísìn? Presently. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ yẹn náà, ìbọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń wò mí ràn báyìí. Ta ló mọ bí tí ọba wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn? Ọ̀jájá the second. Níbo ló wà? Àgbà kọlù ta ló ń pè? Ta ló mọ bí tó bá wà? Ẹni tó dẹ̀ ń pè ní ti disturb àwọn tó wà lórí Koiki Media. Ta ló mọ bí tó bá wà ní sẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ẹ máa sanwó gan níjọ́ Saturday yìí o. Ẹ lọ mówó dání o. Ta ló mọ bí tó bá wà nísìn? Try that. Obade Hotel. Yes. DJ Ray. In seclusion. Ọba ti lọ sí Ìgbàlà. In seclusion. Àwọn bá wá mọ tó connect. Bọ̀wọ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá kó lọ. The world is going to be. Mo ní mo fẹ́ fún ní revolution kan. Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ mi mọ́ lórí Koiki Media. Èèyàn kan tí ń pè ní wọ́n ti disturb line yẹn. Alright, jẹ́ kí n fún yín nílé. Revelation 12 prophecy is about the Holy Spirit who lives in the heaven. She is the woman who has come down from heaven and has been incarnated into human flesh. She is now alive on the earth, just like the Yeshua was born in the flesh. The Holy Spirit has also been born in the flesh. Ìpẹ̀bí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìtì orúkọ tí mo wà gangan náà nìyẹn. Ìgbàlẹ̀ ọba wà nípẹ̀bí. Omi tó burst èmi náà mọ ilé tẹ́lẹ̀ o wàláì but ìyẹn wà lọ́ máa wá knowledge ni ògbérù iṣẹ́ báyìí dání wà máa wá knowledge wà máa connect the dots. Ìjà tó ń lọ ní Russia àti Ukraine of inside fún owó ni is another thing entirely. Things they happen. You don't expect your church to tell you all this. Ọba wà nípẹ̀bí àbí omi tó break ní Libya is a part of something. Tó bá yẹ pé rọ́mọ̀ pa àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbà wòlíì gidi àbí àfà àbí àwọn babaláwo wá confirm ẹ̀ tó bá ní wọn lọ́wọ́ tó bá ní àgbà babaláwo lọ́wọ́ tó mọ̀ ní kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ babaláwo torí kò ṣe gbogbo àlàfé lọ sí side yẹn tó bá ní àgbà wòlíì gidi kò ń ṣe àwọn wòlíì jẹun tó ń gba owó lórí social media lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn sọ pé bọ̀bọ̀ kan parọ́ kan lórí social media lénìí tó bá yẹ pé òótọ́ ni ọba Solomon ẹ pè ẹ̀ńtẹ́ ní nọ́mbẹ̀ ẹni Koiki sàn kankan pé kó connect the dot omi tó break ní Libya àti asteroid tó dé láti òkè lọ́hùn pé kọ́ fún yín ní kí ni meaning ẹ̀ kí ló translate sí. Ẹ mọ̀ páwa náà kọ̀ rí omi yẹn pé omi òkè tómi bá fọ́ lábẹ́ obìnrin tó fẹ́ bímọ kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni the next step tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé èmi ò tí ì rí ibi tómi yẹn ti ń fọ́ bọ̀ tí bá tẹ̀rí mò ní sọ fún yín àwọn tó jẹ́ ọkùnrin láàrin wa ṣé ti rí ibi tí omi ìyàwó yín ti fọ́ tó fẹ́ bímọ ta ló ti rí báwo ló ṣe pọ̀ sí tó máa ń pọ̀ ẹ̀yin màmá wa ó ṣe bá yín o ẹ̀yin màmá àgbàlagbà ṣé tí àwọn obìnrin bá fẹ́ bímọ ṣé omi yẹn ṣó lè kún kọ́ọ̀pù yìí omi tó ń wà lára ṣé mọ̀ pé omi yẹn gangan ló ń gbé ẹni tó wà ní inú kùn ìyẹn bébì tó wà nínú kùn yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé inú omi yẹn lòún wà so tómi yẹn bá fọ́ lòún máa jáde mo wá ń béèrè pé báwo lomi yẹn ṣe máa ń pọ̀ sí ẹ wá máa wọ́ndà pé kí ló dé tí mo ṣe ń líǹkì ọ̀rọ̀ yìí báyẹn because omi Libya yẹn omi yẹn pọ̀ because kò ń ṣe omi kékeré àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ is a lot of water because the world is going to change. Kò sọgbọ́n ẹ̀. I have just 10 minutes to the end of the program. Every year on August 8th, an astrological event called Lionsgate Portal opened in the sky. Astrologers consider this an opportune day for manifestation, concentrating on what you want to make it reality. Kí lè rò pé àwọn church ń lò? Ọ̀nà Ọlọ́run àgbàdúrà yín because there's energy in every day that we are living. There's different energy. And ẹ gbàwẹ̀, Koiki wọ́n gbàwẹ̀, àbó ti fún nǹkan lówó tó ń bẹ gbàwẹ̀ yẹn ni. Ó yẹ kó máa gbàwẹ̀ gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ ní energy tiẹ̀. Everything has an energy. But because àwa ní ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa lọ́hùn, mo sọ fún yín pé what is suffer wa human suffering. So àwa link gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́ spiritual nìkan, but it is not about spiritual alone. There's a lot happening around the world. The world is going to change. There's an energy shift. One more. But they are doing everything to slow it down. Slow down, it could take some years. It could take another years or decade. But whatever it takes, things will change itself. The Revelation 12 prophecy is about the Holy Spirit who lives in the heaven. She's the woman who has come down from the heaven. There's what I call the Lion Gate manifestation, a the recent phenomenon, but the event has its due regard in the ancient civilization. Níbo ni civilization ti jáde? Wọ́n ní omi yẹn wọ́n máa ń pè ní amortic fluid scientifically. Ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, Jakolusola. Níbo ni civilization ti jáde? níbo ni civilization ló ti jáde àwọn olóníjọ́ jáde èèyàn kan ní Africa Egypt okay ṣé ẹ agree pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ pé civilization jáde wọ́n ní Ethiopia okay so it's still within Africa kí ló dé tí wọ́n pe asteroid tó dé yẹn kí ló pé kó pè ní Bennu kí ló dé tó ṣe pè ní Bennu ṣé wọ́n mọ̀ pé Bennu ló yẹ káwọn pè ní èèyàn kan ní Ilé Ifẹ̀ it's still that same continent ẹ̀rọ tí pé mo ní gbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ tí ó kú yìí pé kó tó ó kú ní 1721 but as at 1721 yẹn wọ́n ti gba intan pé ní Africa tó break ẹ̀ ní Berlin 1884 ẹ mọ̀ kí mo dárúkọ Berlin 1884 so when we go back to scientists at the United States Space Agency, NASA, found a black dust and debris when they opened the space capsule that recently returned to the Earth. Láti 2016, ní kíní ẹ̀ ti wà lókè. Ó tún continue journey, but ó kàn deliver baby ni, which is the asteroid. Ó pick ẹ̀, ó drop ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. But kó tó drop ẹ̀ sílẹ̀, there must be some kind of welcoming energy, which is the Libya tí mo connect pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. There must be something because okay tíyàwó ẹ̀ tó bá lóyún tó wà nínú ilé all of a sudden ọmọ yẹn kick kí lẹ máa ṣe báwo lẹ ṣe máa mọ̀ pé ọmọ yẹn ṣì wà alive tíyàn bá lóyún nísìn nínú tí ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ ó gbọ́dọ̀ máa kick bàbá ẹ bá mi mú mi bẹ́yẹn kí ló bá yọ mí lẹ́nu o èmi kọ́ mo ránṣẹ́ ẹ̀bẹ́yẹn lẹ fi síbẹ̀ tí obìnrin bá wà nínú ilé tí ọmọ yẹn kick for few hours will the parent be concerned ṣé omi yẹn ti jáde ni ṣó gbẹ ni kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ so omi yẹn lọ́kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ jáde which is the Libya tí mo connect pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ báwo làwọn òyìnbó ìṣe wa mọ̀ pé asteroid yẹn àwọn láti pè ní Bennu Bennu báwo làwọn ṣe mọ̀ níbo làwọn ti rí knowledge yẹn tó fi pè ní Bennu ṣé àwọn gbọ́n jù wá lọ ni báwo làwọn ṣe mọ̀ pé orúkọ báyìí làwọn máa fún báwo la ṣe máa ń fúnra wa lórúkọ nílé kí ni ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó fún ẹ lórúkọ ṣó ti béèrè rí lọ́wọ́ àwọn fámílì ẹ pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní fámílì mi tẹ́ fi ń pè mí ní Adéyẹmí tẹ́ fi ń pè mí ní Ọláyọmí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ èmi mọ reason tó ṣe pè mí ní Ọláyọmí ṣé wọ́n mọ tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ àbọ́kọ̀ pé ní Kúnlé and you can just accept it ṣó mọ meaning tó ṣe pè ní Kúnlé ṣó mọ meaning tó ṣe pè ní Táíwò ní Kẹ́hìndé so táwọn náà fà pé lè ní orúkọ kan orúkọ tó pè yẹn ló ń pè ní Bennu yẹn kéré is a carbonaceous asteroid Apollo group discovered by the Liner project of 11 in September 1999. It is potentially a hazardous object that is listed on the Century Risk. How did they know that word Bennu? Because Bennu fúnra rẹ̀, that word Bennu, I got to carry program in this thing. I got to go now. Where is it again? I will have to explain this, mo kàn link ẹ̀ padà. Apparently, it's not discussed, but the other one. Now, how NASA tíyàn bá bímọ nísìn, do you do everything to protect that baby? Bíyàn bá bímọ nísìn, tí ẹ bá bímọ nísìn, okay, let me put it this way. Tíyàn bá bímọ nísìn, tó bá sọ pé wọ́n rí ọmọ yẹn, báwo ló ṣe máa react? Ọmọ kókó tó ṣẹ̀ bí, ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ máa ń jí ọmọ gbé lọ́spítù, o lè ní ẹ̀yin nurses, ẹ̀yin midwife ní Nàìjíríà. Tó bá jí ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ tuntun kí ló máa ṣe? You will be very angry. But tó bá máa sọ pé kó má bàa jí ọmọ yẹn gbé, what are you going to do? O máa protect them. How NASA is protecting its precious asteroid Bennu? One protected. ọmọ tuntun ni ó gbọ́dọ̀ protect ẹ̀. On Sunday, last week, a capsule carrying a one-of-a-kind sample from the near-Earth asteroid Bennu, B-E-N-N-U, came through the atmosphere and landed at Uttar Desert. Ó land ní desert, but reaction kó tó land yẹn ó ti ripple effect ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Libya because desert lòun land sí. Let me leave it that way for now. I wanted to touch on something. Motifo in the background, let's just finish it up with the Ejeka Fiensile. Yeah, deep it's not for everybody, you know, because your mind must be very, very clear and understanding. I want to jẹ àgbà, àwọn àgbàlagbà, ọmọ tí mo sọ, ọmọ bí tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ dé. So Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ tán. So now let's go back to who owned Katzin? A silent clause. When Edward Katzin died in 1721, we can be fairly certain that before long his body had disintegration into dust. To talk of Katzin, there's a meaningless unless we recognize that our knowledge of that long dead figure will always be dependent upon how we read, interpret, understand the historical record, which is made up of histories, biographies, memoirs, documents, images, statues, artifacts. Our team build the artifact, 700 years artifact. What do you want to arrest the sculpture ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Ó wà lọ́wọ́ London Metropolitan Police. It's 700 years old. The number of tó sọ fún wa pé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dá padà gbogbo ohun táwọn bá ń ṣe ní bíbá a máa stop ẹ̀. Sculpture wọ́n arrested. Ó wà ní sculpture 700 years old. Ó wà lọ́wọ́ London Metropolitan Police láti Ilé-Ifẹ̀. Yọ 700 minus ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Níbo ni Nàìjíríà wà? Àníṣe ó kù díẹ̀ ni nìbọn ró. Mo ní mi ni last man standing lórí ìrìn àjò yìí. Ẹ rò pé mo ń ṣeré. So ibo la kàdé. And because most of the historical record was created, constructed, produced, or manufactured long after Katzin's death, the figure Katzin will be a matter of interpretation and therefore also a subject of political contestation. So in total of one ni pé èrè tẹ́ rí yẹn ó lè má jẹ́ èrè tẹ́ni yẹn gangan because ní evidence ẹ̀ because kò sí àwòrán ẹ̀ gangan wọ́n kàn gbé sí orí wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé jáde. And I'm not going to talk about the other one, but I'm sure a lot of you know that area. Èrè kan tí gbogbo wa máa ń mò ní lọ níbẹ̀. Image kan wà táyìn náà máa ń lọ síbì kan tẹ́ máa lọ ń wò. I'll leave it like that. Kò ní làákàyè kò gbé sórí. Àkúrò lọ́dọ̀ tiwa a lọ síbì kan tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa fún ní value. Arákùnrin wa ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nísìn pé sometimes most of those historical records were created. They were created. They were not just created, they were constructed. Just like Nigeria was constructed. Love Nigeria, it was a creation not from God. Tí pastor ẹ̀kọ̀kan bá sọ pé Nigeria is from God, máa ṣépè fún pastor yẹn débi pé ẹ̀mí mímọ́ kọ̀kọ̀kọ́ ló create Nigeria. Kò síbì kankan in the spiritual realm. Kò sí anywhere in the spiritual realm tó sọ pé wọ́n create Nigeria. In the spiritual realm, no, not on the physical realm. Because everything is from the spiritual. Kó tó di pé máa di physical. Bomb bastard. They love Nigeria. Love Nigeria, it will kill you one day. Tolulope ló ti lé dànù nísìn. Nigeria ló sponsor Tolulope tó fi di the first helicopter combat pilot. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní Okun, ní Kogi State. Wọ́n pàdánù ni. Tàwa ni wọ́n máa pawọ́ dànù ni. Ẹ ń wá justice for Mohbad. Ẹ ti rí tán. Ṣèbẹ́ ẹ̀ pariwo Mohbad mọ́ nísìn. Ẹ tún máa mẹ́lò míì. Kọ́nà fọ́run kẹ. Lẹ́yìn kẹjẹ́ kọ́nà fọ́run kẹ kó máa bú ti. Ó kú nísìn. Problem ló tún dá sílẹ̀. Báwọn kan ṣe náà rí nínú ẹ̀mí láwọn kan ní àwọn máa bá yín jí ẹni tó ti rìn lọ tó ti lọ tiẹ̀. Ó ti rìnrìn àjò tiẹ̀ lọ. Àwa tó kù ní ká dí pẹ̀lú problem tó wà nílẹ̀. Justice for Mohbad. Ẹ máa rí lóòótọ́. Ó ti sú gbogbo yín nísìn. Ìjà tó fẹ́ wọlé spiritual realm. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni. I gotta go now because more time here. I'm gonna leave the rest for now. Mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Ọláyọmí Kóìkì ni mò ń jẹ́. Lọ́gbàrá Elédùmarè. ẹ jẹ́ ká pàdé ní aago 6 lágbára Ọlọ́run ní Saturday yìí, ní ọ̀la ní Thursday àwọn group kan fi wá ṣe presentation nìkankan lórí platform wa ní aago 9 alẹ́. Wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún gbogbo yín bẹ́ẹ̀, so wọ́n máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kà nǹkan kan náà mo kàn máa sọ yẹn briefly just under 2 minutes. Ṣé yẹn lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà? Láíláí kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀, I will die. Ilé tó ti kọ́, wọ́n wá ní problem, wọ́n máa dáwó. Can you imagine? Where is that now? Eléyìí, ó máa ń bájá sùn ní olórí burúkú bọ̀bọ́ yìí ní Australia. Àwọn puppy, mo ṣeré o, ajá puppy, àwọn ọmọ ajá ó ń bá wọn sùn. Àwọn ajá yẹn á tún wá kú, á wá post it online. Things dey happen. Nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé yìí. Ibi tó bá mọ̀ dé máa sọ pé ìwọ nìkan ló ní ẹ̀sìn. Bí ìwọ nìkan lè sìn ẹ́ dá ni wàá mọ̀. Tọ́jú ẹ̀sìn tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ is for you and your family. Ọmọ bíi tí ìyàn máa wà ní. Tábàárí a máa kà later. Èyí tó important gangan mo ti sọ lẹ́ǹkan yẹn, so mo fẹ́ kà fún yín. Torí mo ti wà ní hurry nísìnyí. So mo ní comment mo fẹ́ ṣe, mo ṣe ń kánjú. So àpáwà kẹ̀rì ara ìlú òyìnbó. Time were very important. Yeah, only Metrobyte. More than 80 new build homes will be demolished after developer discover a fault with their foundation. Ṣé rí reason tẹ́ máa fẹ́ link àwọn kan báyìí mọ́ Nàìjíríà? Nàìjíríà ó ní faulty foundation. Mo ń sọ fún yín, ẹni kí n shut up, ẹni kí n dákẹ́, ẹni aráńtà mi ni, ẹni mo níṣẹ́. No problem, mo níṣẹ́. Èyí tí mo ra ní iná, mo dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Kí ló dé tó ṣe fẹ́ demolish 80 new build homes? Ilé tó ti parí, wọ́n ti parí ẹ̀. Àwọn tó máa ra lé yẹn ti fún wọn lówó, kọ́kọ́ kó wọnú bẹ̀. More than 80 new build homes will be demolished after developer discover a fault with their foundation. Ṣé Nigeria ní foundation problem or not? Oh, so foundation problem yẹn ká máa gbé amọ̀lé lórí, ká máa adjust ẹ̀, ká máa tẹ̀ báyìí, títí ìjọ kan náà ó máa padà wó náà ni. Ilé tá bá fi irọ́ kọ́, ó máa padà ṣe kí ni? The incomplete unoccupied properties, Boyetono what? Potentially worth 40 million pounds. Even if Nigeria worth anything, foundation yẹn ti wà 40. Ó máa padà wó náà ni. It could be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I don't know. It could be tomorrow, I don't know. Mo ti fún yín ní, èmi ò kúkú ríran. Mo sọ fún yín ní last year, mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe wòlíì yín, mo ń ṣàfà yín, gbogbo ilẹ̀ láàfà lẹ ní wòlíì lẹ ní babaláwo. Èmi sọ tèmi bó ṣe wá sọ́kàn mi mo ṣe ń sọ ní last year. Mo náà máa jà ní. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní pé ẹ̀fẹ̀ jà. No problem. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe lọ báyìí. Ká máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ká máa ṣàlàyé nǹkan fúnra wa. Tó bá tásìkò, kálukú á dìde. The incomplete unoccupied, incomplete, kò dẹ̀ tí wà occupy, wọ́n wá dictate fault lára ẹ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ kó wọnú ilé báyìí o. Wọ́n fáwọn ní Nàìjíríà tó wà 40, wọ́n wá ní ká máa amend ẹ̀, kájọ máa gbé, ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ pé ó máa work, lọ́nà wo, níbo ló fẹ́ gbà work? Àwọn wá ń jáde, Yorùbá World Media ń jáde, Yorùbá Home Base ń jáde, Independent Media ń jáde, ẹni rọ́lá ń pa. No problem, ẹlẹ́mi mo ti gbowó pa, bí àyà ń jẹ gbowó, bá ṣe tán ní sì máa pè bá mi ṣàlàfíà lẹ́wà, ṣé gbogbo ẹwà òkè, àánú wà òkè tóun àtúpẹ̀rẹ̀ lánàá báyìí. Mo má dárúkọ ẹ, má sọ pé o gbọ́ gbà tí mo pè gbowó. Ìyàn kan wà lórí program lánàá live, mo pè gbowó, òun wà lórí the other phone number, mo pè gbowó lórí video call, ẹni ẹ wà lórí program báyìí. Ẹ máa sọ pé èmi mo ti gbowó, bí àyà ń jẹ àwọn ọmọ Ìgbòho ló ṣe ní pé kí Yorùbá kó pín, ẹ máa mọ̀. So the property potentially worth 40 million pounds sterling, tó wá jẹ́ bí ọmọ owó kékeré, are part of the 1,593 home in Darling Green Estate in Greenbridge. Developer Barrett and David Whitson say 83 must be rebuilt after foundation were found to be insufficient, given the geologic buyers have been notified. Àwọn tó ti rà wọ́n ti notify wọn. Àwa la ní Nàìjíríà, a dẹ̀ náà wà 40, ẹja àdáwó. Àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ní no, shut up, you cannot stay in London and tell us what to do. No problem, they play. Mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún gbogbo wa. Oòduà gbé wa, kò ní bí ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ pàdé mi láago 6. Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ọjọ́ náà kì í pẹ́, àtúntò ṣe 1 hour 25 minutes. And it run 2 hours 26 minutes. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. A pàdé nírọ̀lẹ́ ká tún lọ ṣe other things as well. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o. Shout out. Mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, mo dẹ̀ kí àwọn ọmọ mi, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Love you all. Bye for now. Ẹ̀yin tèmi lórí Mixlr. Thank you so much. So kẹ́tù lọ, ẹ̀yin náà lọ refresh. A pàdé. Koiki Media. Bye for now.